Yo, welcome back to some more battles. We are in the open greatly today, and we got a fun team running the Talonflame paired with double fighters. We got the Annihilape and the Shadow Primeape. So here we go. We got the Talonflame versus Gastro. They switch out into the Typhlosion immediately. We're going to go into this Primeape, and we are going to fire off the move first. This Rage Fist will get shielded, which is nice. And now we just got to match the shield. They're probably throwing the Thunder Punch. Yep. And then we're going to build up. And then we're going to fire off another move before they get to theirs. So they have a decision, go down 2 shields or let it go. They decide to double shield it. And now we can come in with our Talonflame. We do get an Incinerate. Sometimes that is inconsistent and we get denied. And then we're going to be able to get to another Incinerate farm down. So that's a nice little farm down right there. We see the Gastro come back in. We throw an Incinerate. And then we fire off this Brave Bird. Huge damage. And then we switch out into the Annihilape. And we see the opposing Talonflame. So this is going to be interesting. We are going to be able to fire off the move first. We go Rage Fist now. And see if we can get to another one. Nope. They're going to go immediately for the move. This is probably going to take us out. Yep. Fly takes us out. And then we get to our own Fly. This will take out the opposing Talonflame, and now it just comes down to getting to a move. Who's going to be able to reach the move first? And they need to get to a big move, and we do get the farm down. So GG's to our opponents. Ended up winning that game because of that Brave Bird from the Talonflame. All right, back again with the double fighter team. We made a slight adjustment in the back line with our Annihilape. Annihilape is no longer running the Ice Punch and running the close combat for the closing ability. So here we go. We got the Talonflame versus Talonflame. These are always kind of weird. We always want to I don't know, mix it up here. We go for Fly initially. We do grab a shield, and then our opponent does switch out into their Cresselia. Not the best situation for our double fighter, but we don't necessarily want the fighters on the Talonflame either. They reveal Future Sight, so that was a great shield by us. And now we're going to try to ramp up with our Annihilape. Rage Fist does some good, super effective damage, and then we're going to be able to get to another Rage Fist right when they get to their move. This is going to get the shield for the KO. They decided to shield, so we did grab 2 shields already. We're going to let this go. It ends up being the Future Sight again. Easily takes us out. And now we have to try to figure out this end game. You can see the Talonflame comes back in and gets 2 additional Incinerates, and then we're going to fire off the Fly to take out the Cresselia. And now we see the opposing Talonflame with the move. We are going to shield here so that we have all this energy. Oh, okay. They are going to have back-to-back energy. And another Fly is used. And now we have to try to get to a close combat with our Primeape. And we do get to it right on timing. We need this to KO. Boom! Down goes the Talonflame. And now we see the Chestnut. Will the Chestnut survive this shadow close combat for the win? Yes, it will. Wow, Shadow Primeape closing the game for us with the close combat, dealing probably just enough damage to take out both of those last 2 Pokemon. So, double close combat, taking out the Talonflame and the Chestnut for the win. All right, we got the Guzzlord to deal with here. This is going to be an easy swap out. We need to get the counter baited out, and here it is. So Annihilape versus their Corviknight here. Unfortunately, we only could really throw 1 move. Close combat to do as much damage as possible. They decided to let it go. So now we're going to be able to shield and farm it down. They throw the Iron Head, and now we're going to have a decent amount of energy for whatever comes back in. We see the Drapion come back in. We are going to fire off the close combat and see if we can get a shield or the KO. They decide to shield it up. And then they're going to throw the move before we can reach our next move. Down goes our Annihilape, and still a tricky situation. This Drapion has some energy advantage, and that's always scary. We're going to try to use our Incinerates to get them low. Aqua Tail gets us pretty low, and then they come back in with the Guzzlord. So we're going to fire off the Fly, and then switch back into the Primeape. We're going to have to tank a move here. They end up throwing the Brutal Swing, not effective. We get the farm down. Now we see the end game scenario. We're going to fire off this Rage Fist, this is going to get some decent damage, or it's going to get the shield. We did so much damage that all we have to do is shield here, and it's going to KO after the next fast move. So GG to our opponent. Shadow Primeape coming in clutch again. Just unbelievable closing power with energy advantage right now. The tricky thing is always finding some neutral matchups with it though. Okay, we got a good lead here. Let's see what they want to do. They go into the Feraligatr. Okay, this is gonna be tough. Feraligatr did get the head start, so they're gonna fire off a move, and now it comes down to whether we could throw the big move or do we go for the bait. We decided to go for the Rage Fist this time, and they no shield that and barely survive. What a no shield, and we are gonna have to expend 2 shields just like that. So wow, nice call by our opponent. We're gonna go for this Rage Fist. This is boosted now, so we might get a shield eventually. This one's for sure gonna get the shield, right? Third Rage Fist, and it's already boosted. Oh, they decided to let it go. And now we see the Guzzlord come back in, but they took so much karate chop damage that they're nearly half health. So we're gonna figure out where we want them to dump this energy. We're gonna go into the Annihilape, and Annihilape is gonna be able to tank whatever move. They go for the Brutal Swing, easy tank. And then these counters are just adding up, and down goes our opponent. So GG's to our opponent. They just did not believe in the counter fighting damage. They just underestimated it probably, because they still had 2 shields. All right, next we got the Talonflame versus the Talonflame. Here we go again. Comes down to IVs. It comes down to baiting, and who is going to try to win the lead. We do see the shield come up, so at least we have the shield advantage for now. We're going to call the first one, ends up only being the fly, and then they switch out into the Dunsparce to Sniper Energy. We tried to switch out, but did not register, and down goes our Talonflame. But we do have the Primeape coming back in. We see we have to shield it once, and then we're going to try to get to the next move. Okay, they're going to get to another move. We're going to let it go. Drill Run does a decent amount, but not enough to where it will KO. Now we're going to have the Annihilape be a little bit of a tank and farm down after tanking the Drill Run. And now we see the opposing Talonflame come back in. We are going to fire off this Rage Fist, and we've no shield it, but we're going to be able to get to another Rage Fist right here. This Rage Fist will get the shield most likely. Yeah. And then they come back in here with the Primeape, but our Annihilape has already ramped up. And now we just got to go for the close combat here to take out this Primeape. And then we should have another close combat for their last Pokemon. And Talonflame tried to get the sneak, but we already had the move. And this should KO because of the Shadow version. Boom! Down goes the 2 Pokemon. So GG's to our opponent, Shadow Primeape, going kind of crazy. Check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.